and welcome to Legendary Recap, Episode 134, A Path to War. Trin and Ulthion meet as Mina again, this time at Ulthion's temple, and she gives them good news.
Well, then how can we help you?
You can't. I'm here to help you. So the High Cleric just kind of closes the door and urges you all to go in and just kind of take a seat on one of the chairs that he has in the room. And he walks around the back of the desk that she was sitting at and sits down. And she kind of walks up around beside and sits on the edge of the desk, kind of looking directly at the two of you. Well, the lady would like us to not necessarily be allies, but she wants to assure parties involved, those being, I guess, the Blood Elves and so on and so forth, that you can take this information back to the rest of the Silver Choir if you'd like. But she'd like you to know that Takesis is frustrated, absolutely angry, and obsessed with crushing those individuals who are responsible for the interruption of her, I guess, machinations and her escape from hell.
I do believe she's talking about our friends.
Ulthion, on his next steps in his journey, asks for guidance and is given a vision.
In contemplation, after you utter those final words, the room, you open your eyes and nobody's in there except for you and the statues in this empty chamber. And around you, on the edge of this glyph that they have all the rites, a small smoldering and very, very simple fire begins to run around the outside of the ring on the edge and begins to build up in intensity. At the feet of the statue, you see what looks like a version of yourself kind of staring back at you, and you're wearing your armor and all your garments and your cloak. But you're also carrying this radiating and beautifully crafted shield that has the sun and the emblem of Alatrari on the front. And then in your hand, you're carrying an elven sword, a single-bladed elven sword of ancient design. And both the statues that represent Vengeance and Law kind of fade out, leaving only the statue dedicated to war. And then the fire dies out, and your vision encompasses the state of the room as it is.
With Ulthion's vision over, he sets out on a new path, being awarded different weapons to become something new.
Fantastic hilt, this beautiful pommel, and it's made in an ancient style that isn't really used anymore, which dates it to probably, based on its design, to close to the fall of Gondolin. It's a relic from a long forgotten age of elven history. And then they hand it to you so that you can test its weight, test its strength and its durability, and get the feel for it. And though it has been many years since you have wielded these weapons, it's like a fish taking to water. It all comes back to you, all the forms, all the teachings, years of repetition, dozens of lessons learned, hits on the hands, the face, the head from blunted objects and weapons as your house's weapon master, who is passed long at this point, taught you over and over and over again underneath your father's tutelage to make sure that you would become the best fighter that you possibly could. As it's very similar to the style of weaponry that your father used when he was fighting. against the Dark Elves in this endless, never-ending conflict between your people and theirs. And Sevithor decrees, with your new dedication, you take on the aspect of war, an aspect of Alatrari. You shall lead from the front lines, you shall be our spear's tip, and you shall destroy those enemies that would see harm to your allies, your friends, your family, and to Eredor. Go forth with the long sword, solemn duty. Go forth with the shield, virtuosity, and make war on your enemies, Oltheon Amadir, Warmaster of the Blood Elves.
Oh, shit!
Woo! I got chills.
At the party at Oltheon's estate, where the party mingles and relaxes, Locke walks up to Oltheon, and something dreadful happens.
And for all of you, I thank you all for your hospitality, but then I kind of turn the goblet and pour it out, and then kind of toss it in your direction.
What are you doing?
This is all very wrong. And you are all very wrong. And you should all wither in your shame. You live in a luxury and subjugate others around you and proclaim your superiority, and his eyes are starting to flash in a red color. You look down upon...
We need to stop him.
I'm gonna cast Dominate Person on him.
I dispel that.
Oh.
Counterspell.
What is going on?
How high in the air are you?
Just a little bit, like 3 feet. Just getting some height over the rest of the elves.
Locke, that's enough.
There is evil at your door, and you feast and subjugate and claim excellence. I will show you war, Warmaster. My eyes go full red. I look like I'm about to thunderbolt or lightning bolt you. There's a whole of lightning, but instead, I turn into mist. The mist rolls around you and it's like thunderclouds and lighting like a storm. And as I reappear, I grab a fistful of your hair from behind you, yank your head back. The hidden blade comes out.
What? Until next Friday.
What?
Did you just die?
And that's your Legendary Action recap. As always, thank you for stopping by and supporting our wonderful production. Catch our live streams Fridays at 7:30 PST to see a bunch of unapologetic nerds play the world's greatest role-playing game on Twitch at Legendary Action Official. Thank you, and have a magnificent evening.